It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2022, baby. Happy equinox. Back in the flows of a fellow air sign. This is masculine cardinal air that we are now entering into. And trust and believe that this breeze blows in a different way, at a different rate, at a different pace than you do. And then you are used to. And so allow yourself to expect ease in the shift. Because the shifts are coming, the shifts are happening constantly. But there is ease that is allowed with some of these. This sign, this energy trines you, and trines bring ease. And so, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, be sure to check out your videos from Virgo season as well. There's still going to be some nugget of wisdom in there for you. Check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising in general. Patreon gets everything first though. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Over there we dive into the plunge everywhere. It's the extended, where we clarify every card. There's all kinds of content over there, so be sure to hop on over. The link's in the description box. For daily content, check out my Instagram at justj_everything, TikTok at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, celestial soundtracks, my apothecary, get yourself a customized herbal spirit soak, justjeverything.com. So, with it being Libra season and you being ruled by Mercury, I have all the details and the dates of everything in the Libra season astrology video, so go check that out. If you're curious, I know you're curious about the dates and how all those things are going to be impacting you, but there are certain things that I just I'm going to tell you, Gemini, because you need to know. So, like I said, your ruling planet, Mercury, currently retrograde as of today, the day that I'm filming this. Mercury is now back in exaltation, retrograde in exaltation in Virgo. And there is this King of Swords just flashed out at me. There is a mastery in the realm of your thoughts, your words, your mental processes. And you may not feel it because I can tell you what, Mars is there, and I feel like those of you who already know that Mars is in your sign and is going to retrograde in your sign, y'all being real quiet right now. It's funny, y'all are being really quiet. It's if you know, and if you are not being quiet, you really should be, Gemini, because Mars is going to wreak havoc either way. It's your mutable fire, so your winds that are blowing all over the place, and then you mix some the ultimate flame in there, and that's all, that can be a recipe for chaos. It can be a recipe for ignition, for progress, for evolution. And you know what air does to fire, what fire does to air. And so say less, observe more. Mercury, your ruling planet, is now retrograde, and it has left Libra. We'll be going back there. Has left Libra, it is now in Virgo, and I do think there's some sort of do-over energy coming through. There is some stuff to reanalyze. There's stuff to analyze with new information, new technology, new awareness that's coming in. Hydrate, light it if you got it. You already know we're having a moment, so take some time with me. Bells coming. As we clear out the space Welcoming in our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Libra season 2022. I don't know, this one needed, there was a lot on that frequency. And so there is something about, okay, so your ruling planet's retrograde in Virgo. There's your relationship to analysis, your relationship to work, your relationship to your health, to the health of your family, the health of those around you, the health of your siblings, your immediate family, your mother specifically, the health of like your service, your relationship to service. All of those things are going to be coming up for reevaluation. Get to the core issues. Get to the root of things. Allow yourself to identify the root. Talk about it while you can. If there are things to say, say them. If you are in a position where it's just like, if there's stuff you're harboring and it's just like, wow, I don't, like if there's stuff that you would beat yourself up that you never got to say to a person and they end up passing or transitioning in some sort of way, like address those things. And that's what Mercury retrograde is for. We all know we all have a Gemini lurking in our lives somewhere, ready to like pop out at any time. Because this happens often with you guys where you go so quickly that it's very Knight of Wands energy, actually, not so Knight of Swords. I mean, it can be Knight of Swords, but it feels very Knight of Wands right now, where it's just like you can just be moving so quickly, Mars coming into your sign, that you end up having to go back. You have to like go back and apologize, or you leave things behind, or you end up making mistakes. And so now is the time to really think thoroughly, not move quickly. I'm not taking cards right now, but the Four of Swords reverse just popped out. So yeah, I feel like prioritize meditation, prioritize stillness, prioritize silence. Give yourself silence so you can think your thoughts, so that you can eventually feel your feelings. On October 2nd, Mercury goes direct in Virgo, but is still in shadow for another couple weeks. So then so it's direct in Virgo. So I'm telling you that redo energy, something about, it also could be with communication. It have to do with another Gemini or a Virgo, or Sagittarius. There could be some sort of like retelling of the narrative, or clearing up the narrative, or like some sort of, I just heard never lie, truth teller, whatever that means. So then on October 10th, 10/10, Mercury goes back into Libra, and you come into the sign and the season of I balance with new eyes, new awareness, like a freshness, fresh off the runway, a new aesthetic, the ability to like take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul in a different way. There's just some sort of shift. And so Mercury, and of course there's a shift. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to get that word out of my system, which is why it keeps coming up. But there's a transition in what you're holding on to. I also feel like the emphasis that you put in your aesthetic and your outward appearance could be shifting in some sort of way. Caring less, caring more. It's going to be different for all of you. But I do feel like it's a great time to like invest in skincare, invest in, doing whatever you can. Maybe a new workout plan, or whatever kind of ignites you. You need to figure out a way to harness that Mars energy, because Mars is going to be, I feel like it retrogrades in October and is going to be in your sign for 7 months, Gemini. So your motivation is going to be changing. Your relationship to your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy are going to be changing. And so I'm thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2022. First card out is Ace of Swords reverse, and this has come out a couple times because I do feel like the retrograde is talking about, like, it's like you were some of you, this isn't everybody, some of you were given the upgrade or given a preview, given some insight, and you didn't use it well, or you didn't use it at all. Or there's this like information or a certain power or a gift or a talent or a skill that you have that you're not using. It's like you're not using the tools that are being made available to you. And that's like very magician energy, where the magician is just like, hey, there's an awareness of like the tools that I'm telling you. I knew something was going on with the Sagittarius. Ace of Swords reversed, then Temperance reversed. I feel like there could be some sort of upsetting awareness or conversation. Mars in Gemini, and then Mars retrograde in Gemini. Is a lot of, this is potential to like burn the house down, to really like burn down some bridges, to really like say some, to really fucking rock the boat, Gemini, to really lose your cool or lose your shit. There may be people that have to recover from the things that you say if you don't get your words right. If you don't start using your power, the power of your mind for good. If you don't get a hold of your shadow, it's like you don't need to come for anybody else's neck. Dive deeper into the exploration and falling in love with your shadow. That side of you that you were told was inappropriate. That side of you that eats its words. That side of you that doesn't rock, that hasn't rocked the boat. That's kept quiet. That is played small in some sort of way. Because I feel like it's time to acknowledge your ego. There also could be an ego shedding coming in some sort of way. Definitely some sort of relation, like a shift in your drive or motivation towards family, towards your mother, towards your father, family recovery in some sort of way. Ace of Swords reversed, Temperance reversed. So the first thing out to be clarified on the Selenite throne is what you're holding on to mentally, the mindsets that you're holding on to, the narratives that you're telling yourself. Because our brain does this thing when we are in a bout of uncertainty. When we don't have all the facts, our brain will string together a story. And often, if you know, the undisciplined mind or the untrained mind will just ride that story or that narrative out. And something comes in and my stomach just started hurting. Like something comes in that may really fucking upset you. This may be really bad news, or somebody may not be recovering the way that they need to, or there could be something going on with addiction or deprivation or malnourishment in some sort of way, or neglect, I hear, even in some sort of way. The Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and there's like this end of a fight. Please continue for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Libra season 2022, Gemini, please empty your lungs. When your lungs are empty, take a deep breath through your mouth. Exhale out your nose. Now I want you to inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. There could be something about breath work or healing breath work. Nice. The center of the reading, Two of Cups. Yeah, wow. I love when this happens because the above is of the below and the below is of the above, and everything is manifest from the one. That is a bad translation of the first part of the Emerald Tablet. The above is of the below, and the below is of the above. Look at this. And it's like the divine is rerouting you to learn how to love and heal and acquire flow within yourself so that you can have healthy exchange with another. But this is required. This is required so that you can have this. Because don't get it twisted, Libra is about like partnership. This is cuffing season. Hello. What are we doing? You know? But it's like you don't want to cuff like you used to. You're not trying to cuff the same kind of partner. You're not trying to cuff the same caliber of person. And also, you're not necessarily trying to be cuffed. You need to decide if you want to be solitary, you're trying to ride this the rest of the year out solo, or if you're going to let love in the multitude of ways that it exists outside of romance. Some of you are really recovering from a romantic relationship or an addiction to romance, an addiction to like the fantasy or the like La La Land of it, or the Lana Del Rey of it all. You know what I mean? There is something about pouring out the old cups. Promise I won't cry over spilled milk. Give me a paper towel. Give me another value. Give me another hour or two. An hour with you. Why you bother me when you know you don't want me? Why you bother me when you know you got a woman? Why you hit at me when you know when you know you want better? No, you want better. You know you crew better than you do. There could be some sort of like sketchy, messy ass situation that you're still recovering from, that you're finding new language to heal from. Some of you, you're really like some stuff is being drudged up from the past. Big time, big feelings, big thoughts, big emotions. And you're maybe learning like you didn't know it all. You didn't have all the answers. Oh, this, you know what, Gemini, you know what this makes me think of is Kanye. The way that Sway told Kanye 10 years ago, hey, how about you just do it, you're on your own. Why are you waiting on Gap or Adidas or another fucking company to support it? Why don't you just do it on your own? And the whole like, how, Sway? That's where that famous quote comes from. That's from Sway prophesying basically over Kanye's life, telling him what he should have done. And even Kanye even said, you ain't got all the answers, Sway. You don't have all the answers. Someone told you. Someone gave you the keys. Someone gave you the answer. And now you're having to eat them words. Because you brutally refuted something, Gemini. Someone told you something, or there was some sort of awareness that you gave to somebody that was brutally refuted, and now there is this like recovery, and you're either having to witness someone else's recovery or you're having to recover by way of eating your words. But that's what it's giving. Houseway, you don't have all the answers. Turned out that person did have the answers, and now you got to like figure out how to recover, create moderation, stop being such a fucking hothead. Kanye, this Mars in Gemini and Mars retrograde in Gemini is Kanye. Just think that. What would Kanye do? And what would you wish if you were Kanye, what would you wish a friend had told you? Somebody get Kanye a new friend, a new team, please. Someone that he trusts. They took out his mama and now he's just been vulnerable. Yeah, I said it. Anyway. And it's because it's time to turn your back. Two of Cups at the center of the reading does say there may be somebody with Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that's coming up that is important that you connect with. But I also feel like there is something about expansion. There is something about expansion. There is something about love. There's 3 cards with fucking wings expanded. And this feels very Jupiterian, the expansion thing. So Jupiter is retrograde in Aries, and Gemini, that it's like a semi-sextile, I think, that creates to you. Or a sextile. But there is this opportunity for growth, an opportunity for change when you start to rely on yourself. When you worry about yourself, and don't worry, because worrying about it is praying for it. So, but like when I say worry about yourself, I mean focus on yourself, and that could be something that's coming up, is your ability to focus. your ability and what you have prioritized putting your focus on. The divine is giving you a very clear message, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, that you have got to be done ignoring yourself, done ignoring your hunches, your intuition, your better knowing. It's funny that I have this Smoke Me Out Gypsy Cat on, because this is very much so like the vibe going into Libra season. It's going to be really easy for you to tap into your intuition, really easy for you to chill, for you to vibe, for you to acquire some sort of new relationship to balance and moderation. But you can't acquire that. You can't have this without the pouring up of the old cups. You got to learn how to, you doing dishes. We doing dishes in Libra season. Gemini. And that's what it is. It's like you're doing your emotional dishes. You're clearing out the clutter. You're clearing up the kitchen so that you can have company over. So that you can welcome new people in. And the new people don't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be sexual. But I'm telling you, boo, once you do the dishes and you prioritize the filling of your cup, you prioritize falling in love with yourself, zhuzhing it fucking up, getting in the full Libran bag. The looks, the fashion, the aesthetic, the romance of it all, the fall, the sweaters, the lattes. Get into whatever the fuck it is for you. Get into it. Feel into the autumnal equinox, the earth. This is the season where the earth changes colors, where the earth just shifts in its visual, which is why Libra season, the aesthetic, the visuals, the optics matter, because it's a reflection of the sky. It's a reflection of our planet. It's a reflection of our nature, of our season, of the flow of things, the evolution of things. Baby, you start doing dishes, and all of a sudden you're working with a clean, like a clean kitchen, a clean palette. It looks good. You can have people over. You can interact. This is new friends, new family, new contracts, new people that feel like family, new relationships with blood family. A clearer communication between you and the divine. And when you do dishes, everybody wants to come over all of a sudden. All of a sudden you remember all those texts. All of a sudden there's there's people vying for your attention, 2222, because there's a level of mastery that's been acquired. That King of Swords that popped out earlier, that 2222, there is a level of mastery. But I'm telling you, I'm not even showing you why I really was gagging. You do the dishes. You pour, and when I say do the dishes, I mean it's time to ask yourself the hard questions. It's time to look at the emotional trauma. It's time to look at the relational, because it didn't start with you. It's time to evaluate your relationship with the who raised you, not just your blood, your parents. Some of you are adopted. There's time to look at all of those things. Pour out the cups. It's time to be honest. Have you been jealous? Have you been addictive? Have you been depriving yourself? Have you been malnourished? Have you been neglected? Have you been harmed or lied to or taken from or put on the back burner? Whatever it was, it's time to acknowledge it. It's time to clean out the clutter. It's clean out the dishes. Pour out the old beliefs that your emotional cups were holding. That you weren't enough, for that, you need to be pretty to be liked, or you need to be kept, or how, what a relationship is, what love really is, all of that stuff. It's time to renegotiate. It's time to relearn, re-educate yourself. And this will bring major expansion. So once the cups are clean, you start to exchange and offer with other people. You start to be more aware of what your resources are, what resources are available to you. There also could be conflict. There could be, multiple people trying to vie for your attention, multiple suitors, multiple people that you want to have sex with, multiple people that are trying to get at you in some sort of way. Or you finally, there could be just like there's so much you want to do and you don't know where to start. And you finally start, addressing the conflictual, physical, spiritual, and sexual energy that's within you. And you come back to you. You start prioritizing your relationship to the divine, and so many people come in that are in awe of you. Mercury and Libra. that you can't help but have choices. And this time, if you listen at the beginning of the season and you take your time and you allow yourself to discern, you allow yourself to be hella choosy, you allow yourself to have the audacity to know your fucking worth. Know that you're worth taking the time to clean out the dishes, to clean the kitchen, clean the house, so that you can attract in other people who also clean their dishes and have cleaned their house. And you get to have fun and you get to explore and you get to find out what you like and what you don't like and what lights you up and what dampens you down. And you get to fall in love. You get to feel stuff. There's these new contracts, new projects, new people, new conversations. There's stimulation. There's something that you feel like you're in love with, that you're merging with. There's temptation. There's sacrifice. There is a need to, like, you know, take a look at maybe separating yourself from whatever drama, separating yourself from maybe having so many options, because bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. It ain't always gonna rain. Trouble don't last always. And if you scared, go to fucking church. I'm telling you, there is some big new shift. There's gonna be a juicy ass plunge. So go ahead and bring it on over to patreon.com/justjeverything, where we dive in and clarify each of these cards. So I just want to take a final look. You're not wielding your power all the way. Like the divine wants you operating at a fuller capacity. And the divine may really bring in some uncomfortable situations or conversations, maybe by way of someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or Sagittarius, or Pisces placements, that is coming in to like cut through or cut through the veil or say some powerful things that's meant to empower you, so you feel well enough to start doing the dishes, start getting rid of the excess. And once you get rid of the old excess and you start really centering on what's lucky, what feels good, what you want, how you want your friends and your family and your, you know, professional exchanges to be, you get reciprocity once you start giving reciprocity to yourself. If you show up to the dating pool broken, you're going to attract broken. If you show up whole and ready and, you know, aware of your boundaries and not afraid to, you know, implement them, that's what you're going to attract. And trust and believe, once you're operating at this new, like, high value, I know who I am level, you're going to be attracting in multiple people that want your attention, that want your energy. And so it's important for you to get choosy with your time, with your energy, with your perspective. Because a lot of you are expecting there to be so much rain, and it's just like, yo, Venus opposed Jupiter retrograde. There's going to be so many more rainbows than rain. If you start doing the work up front. Surrender what you think you know. You think you know, but you have no idea. That's the second time that's come up. The divine's trying to help you learn how to wield the power of your mind, wield the power of your words, wield the power of your intention way more wisely. But some of y'all are caught up in drinking, drugs, partying, escapism, caught up with this Sagittarius or this Pisces that ain't shit. Or someone that is comfortable in their position, comfortable where they're at. And it's like, you're hungry and they're comfortable, and that's not going to work. And so I feel like you're meeting people that are inspiring you to, like, reach for more, fight for more, acquire more, experience more, and become yourself, because that's who you are. 3 cards with wings. Do the dishes, and then it's like you get a fucking Red Bull, and it gives you wings. Mars is the Red Bull. I love you. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.